Women of WWE. Now it is the time to let the world see. Women of the WWE. Rise, rise, rise. Tell you what it's about, but it's good to go. Why don't they use them? I don't know, but they both like the shit, and they're good to go. They're good to go, they're good to go. They should get more screen time and storylines. Woo! Fantastic! Proving they can put on a show just like the other guys. Woo! Fantastic! They can pave the way like no one's done before. They'll come to blow you away. They'll give you more and more. They'll come to entertain. They'll come to own the show. They'll come to make a name. You know it! You know it! What's the name of the movement? Tell you what it's about, and it's good to go.
This isn't good of you. You come from an ethical company.
Oh my lord.
You spout beliefs and equal rights. Where is the equality?
There ain't no stopping us now, we celebrate on the floor. Top down, we're ready to go. To all the people across every nation, turn it up and give me some more. Woo! There ain't no stopping us now, we celebrate on the floor. Top down, we're ready to go.
All right, let me just mute that. We've already wasted enough time of everybody tonight. Anyways, enough of this. Let's just go right over to the main screen here if we haven't screwed it up by now. All right. Welcome everyone. This is Putting You Over. My guest here tonight on this side of me on the screen is none other than Izzy. Hello. We had a lot of trouble tonight getting this show on the air. Skype doesn't like us. Skype doesn't like our PCs. Skype doesn't like our Macs. Skype doesn't like our phones. One of my webcams don't work. But nonetheless, we are here for you for our SummerSlam spectacular episode of Putting You Over with none other than Izzy. I couldn't think of anyone else to have on a Putting You Over on SummerSlam weekend.
Yes, I am so excited to be here, and I love doing the podcast. I did one recently, and they're so much fun. And why not do it right before SummerSlam, NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3?
Right now, yeah. I know how to work, man. I get you right before NXT TakeOver.
Mm-hmm.
I know how to work. And I listened to that podcast. I think it was last night. You tweeted it out. It was from...
Yes.
I can't remember the Twitter handle or who it was, but I listened to it. And
Yes,
you gave your predictions, and I didn't listen to those predictions because I didn't want to be influenced on any questions I would ask you tonight. So, but it was good stuff, man. You are top-notch professional. I'll tell you that much. And props to your dad for being so awesome Or as I say in this house, awesome balls. But we'll just keep that on the down low. Anyways, so Izzy, for some of the people that may watch this either on the VOD or are coming in tonight that have no idea who you are or why K-Dog is talking to a kid tonight, why don't you give a quick little rundown, quick little background of who you are and why we should know you?
Okay, so I am Izzy, if some of you don't know me. So, I just loved wrestling for I don't know how many years, but I always loved Bayley, so I got to go in the ring with Bayley. Sasha Banks took my bow, and so me and Bayley just bonded. So, like, I'm known as Bayley's little fan, or number one fan,
I would say.
Yes. So I'm a really big Bayley fan. I'm wearing her shirt, I'm wearing her headband. I have my Bayley cup with me. So I am all set, and I just love Bayley.
You're all things Bayley.
I really miss Bayley. If anyone doesn't know what happened to Bayley, she is injured. I believe it's a shoulder injury.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Shoulder.
Yes.
The right shoulder, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. So I hope she feels better soon.
She'll be back.
To Bayley.
She'll be back in action soon. But it is she'll probably be at Brooklyn tomorrow. Would be my guess. She'll be there, but it's still not the same. Mm-hmm. Now I ran across you a couple different ways. One, we both listened to one of the greatest radio shows ever on wrestling, and that's Busted Open Radio.
Yes.
Big shout out to Dave LaGreca, Bully Ray, and the most hated man in America, the most hated man in America, Larry Dallas. So that's where I first, I guess I don't know if that's where I first heard of Izzy, but that's where I first heard Izzy. But when I have 3 daughters of my own, and I'm a big wrestling fan, so I wanted to show them. I think it was like a network exclusive about the 4 horsemen, the 4 horsewomen.
Yes, the collection.
The collection, and I showed them that, and so we saw the match where I believe it was Miss Sasha Banks made you cry.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
So that's where I first. And then that's where my daughter saw you and was like, why is she crying, and why did she do that? And my oldest daughter is 8, so a little younger than you, but still young enough to where she was like. And here's the thing, and I talked to your dad about this earlier, and I said to him, I go, it's a stupid question, but I asked him this question, like, do you know wrestling scripted? And he basically he goes, of course he does. Anyways, but I had this dilemma. I was letting my daughter watch the wrestling, and I'm trying to explain to her. I'm explaining to her faces and heels and how much they train and this and that, and then I'm thinking to myself, okay, so here comes up this part. She wants to know why this little girl is crying, and I'm trying to say, and I'm trying to explain it all to her that it's
just like the script.
It's like the script, and like she did go up and do whatever she did, and it did make that girl upset, but she's not a mean person, and then I have to go into the whole ordeal about, well, it's like a play. It's like, it's like I said, it's like Broadway. It's they have a script, they know how it's gonna go, they know how it's gonna end, but it's still real in the fact that they train and stuff. And I find that, as a dad, I find that hard to explain to her. Mm-hmm.
It's very hard.
And, go ahead.
Because you don't really know, because you're like, I want to tell them that it's fake, but I don't want to break the secret to them. I want them to feel, oh, this is real, I get it, I believe in it, but I don't want them to think, oh, that girl's really mean, or Sasha Banks is so rude.
And I think it's, like, when I was, like, you're what, 10 years old?
Yes.
When I was 10 or 8, like my daughter, I thought it was real to the max. Mm-hmm. But it was back then, it was more, I don't know. In today's day and age, it's almost like a reality type of stuff. So even though they play these characters on TV, they're out in the public, they're at the Special Olympics, they're this and that. So you have to almost break the kayfabe. Mm-hmm. In some sense.
Yeah, and I always want to believe it, but I want to say, oh no, this is fake. But I still believe in it a lot of times. But like
What I
sometimes I know they're not trying to hurt each other unless they really hate each other.
yeah, and
But
you can almost see those like they're called shoot the shoot hits, the shoot matches,
yeah,
and you can almost tell. But what I tell my oldest daughter is believe in the passion, believe in the drive of these wrestlers, believe in how much they train, and it's their job, it's a profession, it's their dream, and they enjoy it. So my daughter was really excited when I said, "Oh, I'm gonna be talking with Izzy tonight." She's like, "You are?"
oh,
But
that's so cool.
I was gonna have her come down, and just hang out or talk to ask you something, but we're literally leaving bright and early tomorrow to go on vacation, and she kind of had a rough night, so I kind of wanted her to get her to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's weird, and so what I'm gonna do, we'll ask you some questions. I do want to get your thoughts on some predictions. I don't want to go through every match because I'm sure you're sick of that to death.
No, I love talking about wrestling. Like, I don't
You said it
mind.
last night. If you could watch wrestling, and last night she was on another podcast that I listened to, and she had said if she could watch wrestling every day, she would. She said she actually probably does watch wrestling every day.
I think I do. Or I'll watch like different other shows. Like,
Yeah.
like I love to watch Impractical Jokers.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
it's one of my favorite shows right now. It's hilarious. So it's like about these guys who are like lifelong friends, and then they had to like joke each other. It's almost like a challenge, and then there's a loser at the end. But I still love wrestling.
Wrestling is
Like
good.
sometimes, like if I have free time, I'm like, oh, let me watch a show, or I'll be like, oh, let's watch some Swerved. So I do love Swerved.
You
I
like
think it's
Swerved?
fun.
I like
Yeah.
Unfiltered with Renee Young.
I watched a little of it. Like I don't watch it a lot, but I was like, oh, it's a funny,
I haven't
it's
watched
an
any
interesting
Swerved yet.
show.
I haven't watched any Swerved or Ride Along. I haven't watched any Ride Along either.
I watched the really good ones, like I'm trying to think which ones. I really like the Alexa and Carmella, and then there was the Bullet Club one
Yeah.
with Finn. Wait, no, Finn was FaceTiming Carl Anderson and
course he
Gallows.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. I love that one. And then
Um,
there's like a cardboard of Finn and AJ.
in the back, yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
Did you what was I gonna say? Oh, did you happen to see the Southpaw Regional Wrestling? Have you watched any of that?
No, not yet.
Oh, because it's hilarious, and it's like
Really?
it's based on the old wrestling from like the 80s, like territories. It's quite funny. Because I was gonna ask you what your Southpaw. Because Busted. Well, we'll talk about it another. Well, it'll be another time. Be our next interview when we finally figure out Skype.
Yes.
One more thing before I actually get to the actual. Oh, I'm doing quotes like you can see it, but you can't because I had to turn my camera off.
Yeah.
I had to. So I told you I was getting ready to go on vacation. So I had to go to Target to get some things. And whenever I go to Target, I go down the wrestling toys aisle, and my
Yes.
my kids yell at me. But we went, and all that brings up another question. We went down the aisle though, and they had these new figures. Okay, they're called I don't want to look. They're called like pump up figures or something. I don't know how to describe them, but I'll tell you. I'll go ahead. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I'm trying to think. I thought you were gonna talk about the NXT series because I have Bayley, I have No Way Jose, and then I have Ty.
Is that the
In
one
that
with
series?
the pump and it has the blow up inflatable
Yes,
thing?
that series.
I saw them and that was the first thing I thought of was you. Because I was like, I
Yeah.
gotta get Bayley. I should get the Bayley one and bring it on the show tonight. And I couldn't. It was so.
Yeah.
Didn't have
The
it.
weird thing is, I was like, why doesn't Bayley come with an inflatable? Because she doesn't come with her own. I was like, doesn't she supposed to come with her own?
You would
and
think
then,
so.
like, yeah, but I do wish it was just like every figure got like their own.
Yeah.
Not you have to find the pieces, but
Yeah.
because I really want to find all of them, but I don't want to buy a Hideo that looks the same. They
I don't
added
wanna-
like something to him.
I don't want a Hideo Itami, period. But
He's okay looking. He looks somewhat like him, but it's not like, oh, this looks exactly like him. There's really nothing to Hideo.
not really. He's your generic wrestler.
No, I wouldn't say that. He's like your cool wrestler. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Like, I guess he would be the kicky guy. Like, you know the guys that wear the big, like, the long boots?
Yep.
And they usually kick a lot? Yeah, he's like that type of guy.
That just made me think of another thing. So recently, I think it was at the San Diego Comic-Con, they announced the women wrestler like dolls.
Yes.
And you got yourself some, right?
Yeah, I actually just got the Charlotte and the Sasha, the exclusive ones, and I haven't took them out of the box because I don't want to ruin them. I don't want to lose the pieces, but I really love them. I think they're really cool. But one question I did have was like, why did they make Charlotte wear pants? And I was like, oh, I'm just wondering. I don't mind. It doesn't bother me, but it's kind of weird.
Because I was looking for those for my kids, but I don't know if they're even out yet.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either.
I think September.
Right in time for Christmas.
Yeah, I hate that about their stuff. It's like they come out with, like, I'm really excited for the new Alexa Bliss Elite, the whole Harley Quinn outfit, because I love Harley Quinn. So I was like, oh, this is be awesome, and then probably it's gonna come out, I don't know, December. I don't know, it should be like a stupid month. I'm like, why? Can it just come out this month?
You'll be fine.
But I just love them so much because they're so well detailed. If you look at them,
they are. I forget who makes them now. I want to say McFarlane, but I know that's not right.
I know Mattel is like part of it.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the baseball figures. Anyways,
Oh.
You are a kid, obviously, and you're a huge wrestling fan. What is your first memory of wrestling? Like, not like watching wrestling. Do you have a very first memory that sticks with you?
So I think it was like the first time I seen like Bayley in the Bayley gimmick, like the whole hugs. So I don't know how old I was, but it was me, my dad, and my dad's friend. And so I think it was Bayley versus Eva Marie. Bayley came out, and I actually liked Bayley. I was like, oh, wow, I like her. And then Eva Marie comes out, but she's on, like, the cube.
Right.
But she's, like, sitting on it and laying on it at the same time. So, like, she's doing that whole thing, and I'm like, what the heck is happening now? And then, so my dad told me, he was like, you know, you used to not want to meet Bayley because I used to go to FCW before it was NXT. So he was like, you know, you never wanted to meet Bayley. He was like, what?
Yeah,
I feel so bad now.
You don't have any recollection.
Yeah, because I was like, I feel bad now. I'm wearing Bayley stuff.
So was your dad a big wrestling fan?
Yes, that's actually how I got into it. Like, I wasn't convinced because he was convinced, but like he brought me to my first show. I don't know when, but he started to bring me, and I started to watch it as well. And the question was, why are the guys wrestling in their underwear?
Right.
So, because I was young, and I was like, why are they wrestling in their underwear? This makes no sense.
That's exactly what my daughter said. And I go, they're not underwear, they're tights. Come on.
Yeah, and then now they're called trunks or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, why did I call them underwear? Like, they somewhat look like underwear because they have, like, all these designs and stuff.
Well, they pretty much are. But...
Yeah.
No, but that's great. So you go and you find that attachment at a young age to Bayley, who is literally... I mean, she's your role model, right?
She is.
She is a role model. Not you. Probably have more than one.
Yeah, I always say that. Like, I say she's humble and she's a great role model. That's why I think they did this whole women's revolution thing, and why they did this whole like Barbie doll. Like now they're making their own Barbie dolls, which I think is so cool. And I don't have any more Barbies. Like I gave them away, so I was like, I like, oh, I need these Barbies. I'm like, this is so weird. I'm gonna get Barbies
now. You're
now.
getting Barbies again.
Yeah.
Weird.
But
it's
I
still
think it's
good,
so
though.
cool now because, like, whenever we see, like, sometimes, like, a person, I don't know, my dad will be wearing a wrestling shirt, like Kevin Owens or a John Cena shirt, and that person will be like, oh, cool shirt, John Cena, and, like, we'll be, like, talking about it for a little bit, and we'll be like, you gotta watch it now. And they're like, oh, I never watched it in a while, I need to watch it. And I always say, you need to watch it now because the women's wrestling is way better than last time. Because last time it was all about them being pretty and being attractive, and I was like, God.
I had just watched the 24, the Women's Revolution 24. I
love that.
And
that one's cool.
Yeah.
And then today I was playing 2K17. I wanted to say 2K18, but 2K17.
Yeah.
I was playing that, and I was doing a Bayley match, and I was just, so the commentary, they were saying, like, oh, this is such a good Divas match, and I'm like, Divas, what the heck?
They'll fix that.
Yeah, I hope soon for 2K18.
They will.
But they had the woman's belt, and I was like, this makes no sense.
Yeah.
Please change it to woman.
That's right. If my kid, I was saying to someone on Twitter today, I was like, my house is the women's revolution right now. With wrestling.
That's hilarious.
We'll get, because I was asking someone on Twitter for a question, and I'll ask that a little later. But is one of your goals is to be a professional wrestler?
Yes.
And you're in training for that now?
Yes,
Or you're just in training?
Well, I'm actually doing UFC, so
there you go.
That's like my training.
That's the smart move because there's a lot of blending and crossover happening now.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't know, like a minute away from it because it's nice. Because where I used to live, there was nothing. There was, like, it was just regular gyms. You had to be, like, 18 or older.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't want to wait until I'm, like, 18. And that's probably when I want to go into WWE, like, around that age probably. I don't know. But...
Yeah, get into one of the academies, you know? Because I was going to ask you, like, what are your goals? Where do you see yourself in 5 years and 10 years? But you basically just said that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, getting into an academy, training.
I really want to do 3D Academy really badly.
Do they have one down there where you are?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, because there's one up in Connecticut. They just opened one up in Connecticut. And I didn't know if there was one down there. Yeah.
Yeah, and I love Bully Ray. So last time, I think it was last time, or the last time he was on Busted Open.
Right.
I called him. He was like, Izzy, from now on, you need to call me Uncle Bully.
Uncle Bully.
Okay. So that's what I'm gonna call him. So the last time I saw him was, I think it was the first time I met him. Was WrestleMania, WrestleCon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, hi, I'm Izzy. And he was like, are you just an Izzy or are you the Izzy? I'm like, I'm the Izzy.
She said there's only one Izzy.
And I was like, oh my God, I really want to go into your academy. Will you train me? He's like, of course.
I'm sure he would.
And I was like, what should I do to get started? Like, do you have like any tips for me? And he was like, no, but do gymnastics.
Yeah. Well, I think. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Because you have to do like all that flip stuff, like rolling and.
Yeah. Well, gymnastics will teach you to take a bump too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Any sports.
UFC.
Gymnastics and any sports.
Yes. Every sport. Football. I actually used to play football, from soccer to tennis. Tennis,
Yeah.
Baseball.
Yeah.
Tennis, you won't be able to get hit. Golf is a definite no.
You can play golf when you retire.
Yes, hockey is ooh, actually used to like hockey before I liked wrestling, but now, so like we started to go to wrestling more, and then we would go to like once in a blue moon we would ever go to the games, and because Tampa Bay Lightning, and but really it was wrestling.
Mostly wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone in the chat asked, they want to know, what was it like to meet Ronda Rousey?
That was so cool.
Now,
I was so scared.
Now, you met her at the Mae Young Classic?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you saw those matches?
Yes, and I don't want to give
no,
you
please
a
don't.
bit, but it's so cool. I cried. A lot of people cried because it was just so historic and stuff.
It's great.
But it was so weird because like, they had the, like, was it Becky, Charlotte, and Bayley on the other side? So I felt like I was on Ronda's side, but I was like, I want to be on Bayley's side. Like, I don't want to look like I'm rooting for Bayley. But it was awesome. Ronda was so cool. Bayley was awesome. And there's like a really special part. So like, I'm really excited till it comes out. So like, you have to look for me. I'm not sure which episode. I think it's the second episode, but I don't want to give it away. But it's really cool.
It comes out the 25th. I'm pretty pumped.
Oh yeah, I'm really excited.
I think it's the 25th. Yeah, the 25th.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, it does. I'm really excited for it. I hope it's gonna look good on TV because usually it's like really weird.
Well, JR Jim Ross was on Busted Open this week, and
yes, I heard.
Yeah, he was saying that the way they shot it and they took all the video in and then they broke it down and they put it all back together, and he said that it's gonna look pretty amazing.
Yeah, I'm really excited, and I love all the women. All of them.
Do you think it's going to lead to a women's only show?
I don't want it to, because like then it's going to be like so many shows. Like you're going to have SmackDown, you're going to have Raw, you're going to have NXT, you're going to have 205, and you're going to, if they ever make the UK guys, which I hope not, and then you're going to have the women's, which I think it would be cool, but like I'd rather not to do it because then it's like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Like thing after thing, and then like once, I don't know, every month or two, they do takeover or
like a
standalone pay-per-view.
Yeah, like a standalone pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't want I do love wrestling, but like. Can't have like so many shows.
See, I was for it. I was all for it. I was like, oh man, a women's only show, that'd be great. And then as soon as I heard you talking, I'm thinking to myself, well, wait a second. If they do that, that's gonna take some of the women wrestlers off of Raw or off of SmackDown. You won't see them as much.
Yeah.
And I mean, I can't have that. I mean.
Yeah, that's why I thought they should. Like bring the 205 guys, the cruiserweight guys, to NXT, because I don't know what show it was, but I think it was a pay-per-view. But I don't know if you know like the whole beach ball thing, and I think it was Neville versus Austin Aries, and it was such a good match, and no one was paying attention to it. So now that's like probably gone in like history. No one's gonna know about it. And they actually throw a really good show. Like, I never watched 205, but usually they're really good if I ever see them on Raw or something like that. Usually they star on that.
Yeah, I try to get into 205. Like, I'll watch some of it. I like some of the guys, and then I don't know. It's just I can't stick with it the whole time. But it's on the network, so I can always go back.
One night I stayed up really late and I just watched 205 and I was like, why am I even watching this?
Like, why am I
This is odd. I was like, oh, this is pretty good. And then Noam Dar was with Alicia at that time.
Yeah.
I was like, oh God, here we go.
You know what I like to do sometimes is I go to the NXT and go like back to like the first episodes that you can watch. it's
Oh,
so
yeah.
fun and weird and different to watch. It's interesting.
Yeah, my parents say sometimes, well, they used to watch it, and I was like, why are you watching this? This is bad NXT. Like, once it started to progress, like, the Four Horsewomen
Yeah.
and Finn came, it was like, whoa, this is awesome.
Do you ever watch any older wrestling?
No.
No, no.
What wrestling do? What?
Yeah.
Well, yesterday, what was it? Oh, we were watching the Piper's Pit thing. I don't know, on one of the collections.
It's classic. Roddy Piper.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
It was actually okay, and I was like, this is so weird because the colors were faded, and then there's like all this weird stuff. What's this?
That's
This
awesome.
isn't wrestling. This isn't what.
This isn't what
I
you're
like
used to. It's interesting though. That's interesting to hear.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say like I would watch it a lot, because I watch Now Wrestling,
Yeah.
but I would have to try it maybe.
Do you watch any wrestling besides the WWE? Any New Japan?
No,
No.
like I'll try to watch New Japan, but I'm like, this is like I'll be like, yeah, I'm going in my room. I'm gonna go hang out.
You don't watch any GFW? No Impact.
No, well, we actually went to Impact once. Like, please, like, we just went to Impact. I just wanted to, like, check it out. I was like, I'm not a big fan of this.
Don't worry, we'll edit this out. Well, I'll edit that part out. Nobody will know.
Yeah. So I don't want to, like, upset anyone.
Don't want to upset Uncle Bully.
Yes.
God forbid.
Yes. You know, I was like, this is something. This is okay.
Oh shoot! All right, let me ask you a couple. Let me get a couple of your thoughts on some matches here. You know, I had all these pulled up, and of course my computer just doesn't ever want to work for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll start right off the bat with the one that I know off the top of my head, and that's the Women's Championship on the Raw side of things, and then we'll do the SmackDown. So we'll do the Raw first.
Okay.
So you have Alexa Bliss, who was supposed to face your Bayley.
Yes.
But Bayley injured, and she's going to face the Sasha Banks.
Yes. Again.
So, what's your take? What do you think is going to occur? And then I'll have a follow-up question to that.
I'm gonna say Sasha's gonna win. I don't know why, but I was like, maybe Sasha might win. Maybe Alexa's gonna win. Nobody knows. Like, it was actually hard because I was like, I thought Bayley was gonna. But I really don't know. Like, I think I gotta say Sasha. Like, is a definite, yeah, Sasha.
Now, my follow-up question to that. So you got Sasha, and it was going to be the same follow-up question no matter what your answer was. Do we see, and you might know more about this than I do, do we see Bayley get involved in this match?
No, because I think they want to kind of not hide that she's injured, but kind of like have her go away.
Yeah.
And be like, have people, oh, why didn't she help out Sasha? Because maybe Nia might come out. I don't know. Nia's there for Alexa, but she'll come out, or something might happen if anything happens. But everybody will be wondering, why didn't Bayley come out?
Do you think Bayley needs a character change?
No.
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 Now, what if they gave her a character change?
The what?
What if they gave her a character change? What if the Bayley you know is not the Bayley you see?
That would be really bad. Like, I would still love her, but I would be like, no. But I don't think they would, because Bayley, and like I said on Busted Open once, Bayley inspires too many girls.
Yeah,
she
I
is
agree.
legit the ambassador for inspiring little girls, little boys, dads, moms, anyone really, because she just wants to, like she said once in like an interview. She doesn't want to. She didn't come to WWE for giving people bruises or hurting anyone. She just loves it. That was her childhood dream.
I agree. I think she needs a character change, but that's the wrestling creative mind in me. But the logical side of me says they probably won't because she makes money. She sells merch.
Yes.
She's the female John Cena. I mean, everyone loves her. So,
but maybe if she does come back, she might not have a heel, but be a bit more stronger. Like watch her back and stuff like that. She'll make sure that like not no one will mess with her, but like make sure that she's gonna be okay and that she's not gonna get injured again.
In my opinion, I think she needs to be the Bayley from when she beat Sasha at NXT Brooklyn.
Yes.
Because that Bayley didn't take any crap, and that Bayley was strong, and that Bayley had that
Bayley
edge.
has changed like over like the years, like from going to NXT, from being like not that like she was okay, but being not that big, and then being huge. And when she won the women's championship, was huge again, was like even more huge, and then she loses it. Okay, it's a little bump in the road, and then she goes up, and then she like kind of went down, and then she goes up from being the Raw Women's Champion, which I didn't like that when she won on Raw. Because I was like, I kind of wanted to go to that to celebrate, but I thought it was to be at Mania.
Yeah, so did I. I thought they were going to hold it off and have her win at Mania.
Yeah, because I really wanted like a one-on-one with her and Sasha or Charlotte. I don't know.
See, that's a part of me thinks that's what they're going to go for this next WrestleMania, which tells me Sasha's going to win at SummerSlam. That's my pick. Although I love Alexa Bliss, I'm going to have to go with Sasha.
Yeah, I would have to go with Sasha, and she keeps it for a long time. Maybe if they do the Women's Royal Rumble, they might have Bayley.
Oh, I never thought of that.
They might have Bayley as like the last person.
Oh, that is smart booking out of you. That's a good job.
Or they might, maybe if she comes back before, what she's going to do is they might do the Royal Rumble, but in the women's, and then like have Bayley be the first one and go through Nia, Alexa.
I still think that's a good call.
And then maybe the last one would be Asuka. Remember, they have long history.
Yep.
Or Charlotte. I don't know.
Now, speaking of Asuka, does Asuka's title reign end? Or it's not even a title reign. It's undefeated streak. Does it end at Brooklyn?
Yeah, she is undefeated, which I still can't believe. Like, Bayley, it was like from Bayley. She was, I believe it was Paige, Natalia, Charlotte. Then it was Sasha, then Bayley, then Asuka, and no one else. Like, probably it's going to be Ember. I don't know, something like that.
So you think she's going to drop the strap?
Yeah, I think she's going to drop it.
Yeah, I think the time is now.
Yeah, I don't know why. I was like, oh, this is odd.
But then again, I can't put her anywhere on the main roster. Like, I can't say.
I think she would go to SmackDown. I hope not Raw, because Bayley's on there.
You see, in my mind, the SmackDown Women's Championship is below the NXT Women's Championship, if that makes sense.
Like, so what you're saying is, like, the SmackDown Women's Champion is less, like, popular than the NXT Women's
That's
Champion?
how I view it. Like, if Asuka goes to SmackDown, she's automatically the #1 contender.
Yeah.
You know?
I would see that, but I think she would have to go through a lot of battles.
Yeah.
But I think it would be really cool if they had like that whole Asuka's the last contender.
I
and
like
then-
that. I like that women's
Or
Royal Rumble.
it would be cool if they had Carmella be the last one, because maybe they might have Carmella and Bayley still be friends. Because I know Carmella is heel turn, but you never know.
Never know.
Yes.
I think she's gonna cash in this weekend.
Yes.
I do.
Because now that Baron didn't cash in, I think this gives a big opening for Carmella.
Yeah, you can't have. And that, when you look at the card, you got a lot of title matches, and then you had the 2 briefcases. Well, they eliminated one of the briefcases. They're gone. So there's not going to be that many title changes. I'm only going to keep you a little longer, sweetie.
No, it's okay. Like, it was a long day of school, so I was like, oh no, I don't want to
It's okay.
eat. I don't want to yawn during the podcast. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I yawn all the time. Well, I had to go to court this week because I used my phone while driving and I got a ticket. Okay, so I had to go to court to take care of it, and I got there early because I like to be prompt. I got there early and I'm sitting there waiting, and I'm sitting in the front row and I'm getting tired. It's like 3:00 and I'm yawning and I don't know why and I can't help it. And I'm like, if the judge, and then I start thinking, if the judge sees me yawning, he's gonna be like, oh, this person doesn't care at all. They don't want to be here and they're gonna fine me more. So no, I understand. I was just
yeah.
pulling your chain. Oh, anyways, any other matches I want to know about from the great Izzy? Let me quickly read the chat. I don't want to ask you all of them. There's a lot of matches. That's a long day. It's like the second WrestleMania, you know?
Yeah, I would have to say Shinsuke I'm actually really excited for, because I think Shinsuke might win. But I hope Baron doesn't attack, because Baron might be very angry.
Yeah, he looked pretty angry. And see, it's so weird. And I heard someone say this, and I don't know who it was, and I wish I did. But sometimes wrestling is better if you don't pay attention to, 1, social media, 2, outside things that happen outside of the wrestling. Because, I mean, I know that the WWE is going over to India soon.
Oh, really?
Yes, they're going over there for some live shows. So in my head, I'm like, well, why not have Jinder be the champion when they go over there? Because that will be better. And I don't want to know that, because if I know that, then it's going to influence how I'm watching the match. I would like Shinsuke to win, you know?
I don't think they would do that. Like, maybe India might boo Shinsuke. But maybe the Great Khali, I believe.
Yep.
I don't know if they still call him that.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't even know if they
but-
called him anything on that.
But
on
the
that
Great
pay-per-view.
Khali, maybe he comes back like every pay-per-view for Jinder.
Well, it's weird because when they are over in India doing their shows, Jinder is a face. He gets cheered. So it is strange, but it helps if you don't know those things. Let's go with the 4 big men in the Universal Championship. Who you got in that one?
I'm gonna say Braun.
Braun. Now,
Yeah.
do you think Paul Heyman will turn on Brock?
That's actually a good question. I didn't think of that.
I think Paul
I
Heyman's
think
turning.
so.
I think Paul Heyman's screwing over Brock, and I can't decide who he's going with. But
Maybe,
I think he's turning
maybe
on.
the winner or something, or maybe if Joe wins.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I have a feeling he's screwing them. And then I have this really weird idea that Ambrose and Rollins win the titles.
I don't want that.
So they're champions. They come down and help Roman win. And then you have a Shield reunion and they own all the titles. That is not good.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think that would happen. It's because, like, Roman's, like, the bad guy now.
Yeah.
But they could do that. Like, you never know.
You never know in wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I'm gonna get. So I try to do a lot of PR on Twitter. I always try to do it. I try to do the best I can and get questions. So I actually do have some questions from people. We did use the hashtag Ask Izzy.
Oh, that's so cool.
So we did get some, and I'm gonna ask them now, and then I'll give you the final word to say whatever it is you would like to say at all. Doesn't matter, and then I'll let you go. Anyways, so the first question I'm gonna ask, and we kind of touched it earlier. It's from Make It Loud on Twitter at Make It Loud. I don't have everybody's name that asked the question.
Okay, that's fine.
I just have this one because I know her, and she writes, or she tweets, as a young fan, where do you want the WWE to go in terms of their women's division? And how do you want to see it evolve as you grow up?
I don't want it to be the same, but I kind of want them to keep it. This is that women are strong. No offense, I hope there's not like someone like a Nikki Bella, because like I really didn't like that stuff.
Yeah.
That like annoyed me, but I hope they like progress like even bigger, like have bigger matches and stuff like that.
Headline pay-per-views. Headline.
Yes.
I mean, they've already headlined
Like,
pay-per-views, you know?
Headline Mania, that's one of my dreams.
Yeah.
Like, if they ever do that, it would be so cool.
Let's see. Some of these other ones we may have touched. You said who's going to win the Universal title? You picked
Braun.
Braun. And I think that's a really good pick. Oh, here's a good one. Go ahead.
I think he might win. I don't know why, but never know. Feels fishy.
I think it's Joe or Braun. I think those are your best bets.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going with.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody on Twitter with the hashtag AskIzzy wants to know your second. We all know your favorite wrestler is Bayley.
Mm-hmm.
Your second favorite wrestler.
Oh, God. That's so hard because I love a lot of people. I'm going to say Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt.
Yes, I do love Bray. And we're, like, so he's from Brooksville. That's actually where I used to be from. Well, that's where I used to live. Like, around that.
Yeah.
So it's so funny. My mom sometimes would see his parents. His parents at, like, Sam's Club. It was so cool.
You saw IRS at Sam's Club?
Yes, my mom did, but I wasn't there. And I was like, oh my God, that's so cool.
Who wins Bray Finn Balor?
Ooh.
Now the demon's coming. The demon's coming out. Demon Balor's coming out.
I hope. I don't think he's gonna do it for a SummerSlam this year, because I don't know.
He's
I said what if he doesn't? I'm wondering if he does. I don't know, because like he doesn't have like that huge match.
It does seem rushed. I see where you're coming from. It does seem rushed.
I think they would. I think Finn's gonna win. You happy?
Yes.
Your dad wants Finn to win?
Yes, because my dad was like, you better say Finn's going to win. I'm like, okay. Jesus.
We talked about whether or not somebody asked, does Asuka win? We talked about that. We both agreed that it's probably the time that Ember Moon wins.
Yes.
Somebody asked, how close are you with Bayley?
Very close.
Very close.
Some people ask me if I'm her sister. That's how close
you are.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, yeah, I was watching the 24 Women's Revolution, and so I saw like they had Sasha talking, and they had Bayley talking, and they're saying who their role models were as a kid, and then I'm thinking to myself, well, that's so they had these women wrestlers as their role models as they were a kid. Izzy has Bayley and them as role models.
Yeah, it's so funny.
And she's a kid. It's like 20 years from now, you're gonna be up there saying Bayley was my role model and NXT Brooklyn drove me to do this, and I'm like, this is groundbreaking. But I do think the Demon comes out at SummerSlam. As your dad said, he did say it. It's coming. But I'm
trying to think if he's gonna do the paint, but because it's not like a big match, like it was last year.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it is just because he said it. They teased it the Monday before. And
yeah, I like the whole blood thing, but I do wish they had it on Finn before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like the whole bucket thing. I was like, oh.
I think it's funny that you, as a child, a kid, no offense, in this PG era, calls it blood, and they couldn't even say blood on TV.
Yeah, but I was like, why didn't they have it like on Finn, or it was like dripping down from the ceiling? Like, like someone was like just dripping it. I was like, remember, like Bray just disappears. Like
they didn't even have to have it drip from the ceiling. They could have just had the lights go out, dump the blood on him, and have him covered in blood.
Yeah, like just have him like in blood.
Have him in blood. All right, we have two more questions from Twitter people. And did I cover everything I wrote down? I think so. And then I'll give you the forum. So, first question is your favorite. This one gets kind of redundant, but your favorite wrestler on each brand. So that's Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. And we know.
That's a very good question.
Go ahead.
So we know about Raw, Bayley.
Raw is Bayley.
SmackDown. Does it have to be woman?
No, doesn't say that at all. This says favorite wrestler.
Shinsuke. And then NXT. Ruby. Yes, Ruby. I love Ruby. She's my girl.
Yeah, she'll if I was booking things, it'd probably be Ember's gonna beat Asuka, and then I would have to say Ruby's gonna make her way up. I have a feeling Sanity they'll just hang around on there and then go up. I have a feeling Nikki Cross will be going up. Although she probably deserves a title shot. But
yeah, I love Nikki. I just love Sanity.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard you say that.
I saw the video of the entrance for 2K18. Looks so cool.
I just saw something on Twitter scroll by about 2K18. There's some big like skirmish, some fight between Ambrose, Rollins, and Cesaro and Sheamus. So I'm gonna have to check that out after here. I don't know what it was. All right, our last Twitter question. #AskIzzy, which you can use all the time. Izzy would love to answer your questions anytime on Twitter. You can see it right below me on the overlay here. It's IzzyMania on Twitter. Your top 5 wrestlers.
Okay. So, number 1, Bayley. Number 2, Bray. Number 3, Shinsuke. Number 4, Finn. Yes. And then, oh my God, it's so hard. There's like so many more. I would have to say number 5, Becky. I don't know. It's so hard.
Oh, we heard it. We've already clipped the audio and everything.
I want like Becky to be like one of the big ones, but I love Becky. Becky's my girl. I love Becky.
Becky's good.
Becky's awesome. But I do love all the 4 horsewomen. I really do.
Well, they've broke ground. I mean, women's wrestling right now is awesome. Top notch. We got the Mae Young Classic coming up somebody said in the chat it's the 28th. So I was wrong earlier. It's not the 25th. It's the 28th. Either way, it's gonna be awesome.
Yay! I'm so excited.
All right, Izzy. Well, I'll tell you what. I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you talking with me.
Thank you for having me.
anytime. Because I was only going to keep you an hour, and I still have to go pack and all that fun stuff. But right now, what I usually do on putting you over is I'll leave the floor to you, so you can say whatever you want, you can plug whatever you want, you can do whatever you want, and then I'll cut you loose. How's that sound?
Perfect.
And after I cut you loose, tell your mom and dad thank you very much for putting up with me.
Okay, I will.
All right. Okay, go ahead. The floor's yours.
Okay, so thank you so much for having me first. So this podcast was so cool, and thank you for sending me questions, and I loved answering your questions. Some of you guys were awesome. Thank you for following me if you are listening to this podcast, and just make sure to follow me at It's IzzyMania. It's somewhat like Bayley, just add the mania. So you'll find me every pay-per-view. I'll do a live stream. If I go to it, I won't do it, but please just follow me. So thank you so much for having me. Bye.
All right, thanks a lot, Izzy, and have a great SummerSlam weekend.
Thank you too. Have a safe trip.
Yep. Peace.
Thanks.
And over. All right. Okay. All right, another one in the book. In the books. Hopefully we were live. Anyways, thank you, Panda. I saw D-Rod in there with some comments. Josh had some great lines. I think I read one of his questions. Thank you, Chunks. Thank you, E-Rush. Thanks for all the hosts. Thanks to everybody for showing up. Sorry for the late start. Sorry Skype didn't work. Hopefully things looked good. And hopefully you enjoyed Izzy. And I would like to have her back on again sometime. Doing something in some manner. Anyways, thank you, Pandemic. I see you there hanging out. Anyways, so that's it. So I'm out of here, and I will see you guys when I see you. You guys know where to find me. And we need a song to go out on, don't we? Do I have any music here?
She's gonna be the very best, like no one ever was. To beat them is her real test, just like a legit boss. She'll travel around the world, wrestling far and wide. Then everyone will understand the passion that's inside.